Welcome to the award-winning Real Estate Mortgage Shop, where home buyers, homeowners, and investors get practical mortgage and real estate insight straight from the pros with your host, Joe Garner.
Good morning, Memphis, and welcome to our internet listeners and our podcast listeners across the 50 states. You're on Real Estate Mortgage Shop, and I'm Joe Garner, your host. I'm a mortgage originator. Connect with me today at jogarner.com. Today we're talking about, and today is March 21st, 2026.
Right.
We're talking about Nail the Upgrade, best home improvements to enjoy your home and improve your finances. Thank you to real estate attorneys Shelley Rothman and Rob Drawn of Griffin Clift, Everton, and Mashmeyer for being our sponsor of this episode of Real Estate Mortgage Shop. For your mortgage closing, for your home purchase or refinance, contact Rob and Shelley at 901-752-1133. I want to introduce our very distinguished guest here today. He's a co-host, actually. It's Ed Hill of Masters Roofing. Ed, you have a reputation for doing excellent work on roof repairs and replacements. And hey, his claim to fame, even the shingle companies warranty your work. Ed Hill of Masters Roofing, take a minute or two and talk about yourself and what you guys do over at Masters Roofing.
Joe, thank you for the opportunity to be here today, and hello to all of our KWAM listeners and online. Yes, I've been helping people, Joe, take care of their homes in the roofing field since 2008. And I've been in the home services industry in some ways since about 2001. So if you know something needs to be done, but you don't know exactly what needs to be done, or you're scared of the process, I'm the person to call to walk you through that. And I like to say, Joe, that I calm the fears of homeowners about construction projects.
Right.
And so I welcome people to call me. They can also go to my podcast, which is free, memphishomemaintenanceshow.podbean.com. But just type Memphis Home Maintenance Show in the search bar. It'll come right up. There's a wide range of subjects that we cover there.
All right. Well, I know you do, and you do some exterior work too. You like siding and windows, vinyl windows, and things like that. So how do we contact you, Ed?
You can call or text 901-273-6594, and that's my direct number. Okay.
Well, Ed Hill, Masters Roofing. I'm Joe Garner. Now let's talk about mortgage for a second.
All right.
We're talking about nailing those upgrades. You know, I remember this family so well. The Flannerys, that's not their real name. But,
of course not.
Of course not. But it is the real people, and they were pushing through some heavy hardships to get to home ownership. Mm-hmm. And I wrote about it in the book, Choosing the Best Mortgage, the Quickest Way to the Life You Want. So it kind of goes like this. One particular young family, the Flannerys, lost their jobs, their cars, and their home during the economic turndown in 2010. Yeah.
That's a lot. They
had 2 young children and yearned to own their own home so the kids could play outside safely and, not be cooped up in an apartment. But the loss of the car and the health issues delayed this company in getting the better paying jobs.
Right.
So they were just locked in a cycle of hardship, and it just kept pressing on them. But Mr. Flannery told me this. He said, time after time, I would finally get up on my feet and something else would crash in on me and take me down again. He said, it was like a terrible movie where you just want to get up, you just want to click the TV off, but you can't because the movie's about you, you're the actor, and the camera is still rolling. What a good description.
I think they made a movie about that.
They probably did. But the Flannerys considered signing up for a program to resolve their debt issues. They tried a couple of things, but that cost money. No quick fixes, Ed. They went to a special meeting about managing their finances at our church one night, and that's where I got a chance to meet the Flannerys. Mm-hmm. Through strong faith in God and just tenaciously working on their budget and applying extra every time they could to paying off debt, they finally emerged. It wasn't a quick fix. It was a couple of years or so. Mm-hmm. They emerged debt-free, and I got to be on their home buying journey as their mortgage officer. I want to tell you guys, it was a spectacular celebration that day at the Flannery's mortgage closing.
Mm-hmm.
But let's talk about you. Let's talk about you. And Ed, how to upgrade your credit, okay? Number one, easy to do most of the time. Pay your credit cards down to where your balance owed is less than 30%. Some people say less than 25% of your total credit limit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, not one day out of the week, out of the month. Never ever let the balance move over that mark. Make all your payments on time. Some people are like, Joe, I'm not going to add any more credit to my credit cards, but I'm already using 75% of my credit limit. Ask for a credit limit increase, but don't add to the debt. That way you're always under 25 or 30% usage. Avoid a bunch of new credit inquiries. If you have no credit, you can actually apply for a secured credit card where you pay in $300 or something, and you get a credit limit for $250. But this is only a tool for getting a credit score. So you're only going to use it for something like gasoline or something small, because $250 credit limit, you never want that credit balance to go over $25 at any time during the month. Pay it on time. You can pay it off, but go back and get another $25 on it. Do that for about 6 months, and you're going to be amazed at what your credit score is. But there's other tools that you can use to improve your credit scores quicker. Call me, and we can discuss your specific situation. But here's what not to do to your credit. Please do not close your credit card accounts. I've had people call and say, I'm ready to buy a house. I went out and closed all my credit cards. I'm like, oh, no, don't do that. Don't do that. Please don't do that. Don't immediately pay off collection accounts or charged off accounts if you are trying to buy a car or a home in the next 3 months. You do want to pay them off, but wait till after you've purchased your car and funded your home. And if you're in the process of getting a mortgage especially, you want to do that. So your credit score isn't about how much you make. It's about how you manage what you have.
Right.
And the higher your credit score, the lower your borrowing cost. But what do you want to do to make some upgrades to your credit? Let's nail your credit upgrade so that so you can buy a home or refinance, restructure your financing for a better life. I can help you get the right mortgage and make the process easy. Call or text me 901-482-0354 or go to jogarner.com. But Ed, you are the master of masters roofing when it comes to upgrades. And what are some ways we can accessorize and improve value and enjoyment on the roof?
Well, Joe, and when you talk about accessorizing your roof in 2026, accessories make a new outfit pop. At least that's what I've heard ladies say. Uh-huh. And it's true for guys also. I mean, whether we're talking about a Gucci handbag or a Realtree product, you know, it doesn't matter. Guys like to accessorize their golf bags and their hunting gear and all that. We're no different. It's just different types of things that we like.
Right.
But, Joe, do you realize that roofs are people too?
Really? I did not know that.
Well, let me tell you, the word on the slopes is that roofs love accessories.
Ooh.
And we're going to talk a little bit about that today. Like, what does your roof wish it had? But it doesn't. But if you would only accessorize, your roof would be totally happy.
Yes.
We're going to talk about that.
Really? Well, we
have a few minutes now?
Yeah, we got a
couple
minutes.
All right, well, hey, let's launch. Take notes, people. You want a transcript?
Take notes out there,
write really fast. All right. Did you know that roofs have accessories? They actually do. And often homeowners or business owners think about roofs. They just think like, a roof's a roof. I mean, it's just shingles nailed to wood. So what? You know, you throw it on there and you hope for the best for the next 30 years. Well, your roof thinks differently about it, Joe. Absolutely. And roofs have really come a long way over the last few decades. I mean, so many changes. And we're going to talk today briefly about just two of several types of types of accessories to help your roof out and the ventilation. And that's what we're going to look at really today. So if you're thinking about a roof, ask your roofing contractor, hey, what about this accessorizing my roof stuff? and he's going to stare blankly at you, and then you call me.
Well, how do we call you, Ed?
Just call me at 901-273-6594, and we'll talk about it.
All right. Well, I know you're talking about your roof is a person, and I've never thought of it that way.
Work with me, people.
Well, I'm going to try to work with you here. I had a big storm. We had a big storm come through, and I had not one but two branches go through my roof. Two big holes. Two, and because
big holes.
Big holes. Do y'all know that my insurance company turned me down and said, "Well, it's only so small. You don't have enough
hole in that roof. What's wrong with you?"
Well. And it's if you use Ed or even another roofer, a good reputable person, you want somebody up on that roof besides the adjuster. Let me tell you. And so anyway, that's my little tip to the wise. And Ed, you took good care of me. You had your guy go up there, take pictures, and the adjuster came. But because you were already up there, had the pictures, had the documentation, I was able to get my insurance claim paid in full. But you know what? You're on Real Estate Mortgage Shop. We're glad that you joined us today, and I'm your host. I'm Joe Garner. I'm a mortgage officer. I can help you find the right mortgage, and I can make that mortgage process easy. And when we come back, we're going to be talking more with Ed Hill of Masters Roofing. And Ed, how do we contact you?
Just call or text 901-273-6594.
All right, we got some more coming back, so stay tuned. We'll see you guys back in just a moment. Real Estate Mortgage Shop provides general information, not an offer to lend. Joe Garner, Talk Shop Real Estate Mortgage Shop, does not endorse 100% of the information covered on Real Estate Mortgage Shop. Consult with your certified advisors before acting on any information given on Real Estate Mortgage Shop. Joe Garner is a licensed mortgage loan officer, NMLS 757308, Equal Housing Opportunity.
Hi, I'm Mark McLaurin at Refrigeration Unlimited in Memphis, Tennessee. You're listening to Real Estate Mortgage Shop. Now back to your host, Joe Garner.
Okay. It is time for comic queries. All right. You have a query, Ed?
All right, Joe. This is a tough one. I'm driven in but never drive. What am I?
A nail.
A nail!
Hey!
Okay. I got one.
I got one for you. I'm going to ask you on this one because
There you go.
we need a roof expert to answer this one. Why did the roofer bring a ladder to the bar?
All right. I know that everybody listening and watching knows the answer to this. He brought a ladder to the bar because he heard the drinks were on the house.
Oh, yes, that is right.
Such an obvious answer.
Well, today on Real Estate Mortgage Shop, we're talking about Nail the Upgrade, best home improvements to enjoy your home and improve your finances. I'm your host. I'm Joe Garner. I'm a mortgage officer. I can help you with your home purchase or your refinance on a traditional loan, maybe a special program, or an outside-of-the-box program.
Right. That's right.
So let me help you get the right mortgage, and we can make the process easy. Connect with me at jogarner.com. And we've got Ed Hill in the house with Masters Roofing. And Ed, how do we contact you?
You just call or text me directly, 901-273-6594.
All right, so we're talking about now how to nail these upgrades, maybe accessorize. You started talking earlier in the show about accessorizing your roof. What does that mean, Ed?
Well, I mean, you think of the roof going on, but it needs other things to help it. Just like the ladies may say an outfit looks better with a nice handbag,
Yes.
Or guys may need a new golf bag, that kind of thing.
Something to make it really pop.
That's right. It's a little bling, so to speak.
So how does that work on your roof?
All right. Well, like I said, roofs have come a long way. So the first thing we think of when we think of an accessory is attic ventilation. Now, I'm sure most listeners know this, Joe, but some people might be going like, attic, what's the attic? Well, that's the open space over your living space, and you usually have to climb into it, and then the roof is on top of the attic.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah, figured that
But
one.
attic ventilation in Memphis, Joe, and probably many places around the country that might be listening, attics often contain a lot of heat. They're not letting it out, and that can burn your roof up and shorten the life of your roof. And it can make it harder to keep the interior of the home cool.
Especially in these hot summers.
That's right. So attic ventilation, and I'm not going to explain all of these, but it's things like ridge vents, electric power vents, solar power vents, wind turbines, air hawks, turtle vents, and a relatively new product called iVents. We really like those.
What is an iVent?
An iVent is made of composite material. It's sort of like the old style whirlybirds, the metal ones.
Oh, yeah.
But
they
look much nicer. They're thin and made of composite material. Hail won't, make them not turn, and tree limbs are not going to take them out of action.
Gotcha. Okay.
But that gets the heat out of the attic. You only need one way to do that. You wouldn't use all of these or a combination.
Maybe one.
And different roofs. Depending on your roof, you may need a certain type of ventilation, yet your neighbor down the street needs something else because they have a different kind of roof. So attic ventilation is huge. And if you're using a state licensed contractor, they should be able to answer those questions for you.
Okay.
I mean, we certainly could.
Okay.
At Masters Roofing. All right, the second thing, Joe, is drip edge metal. Drip edge metal. Now, drip edge is a metal that's installed on the edges of your roof. Think of it that way before the shingles go on. It's usually, Joe, a lot of it's about 2 inches, but really, the really right kind that we use is about 7 inches. So about 6 of it is on top of the roof, and then there's a 1 inch overhang over the fascia board.
What does that do for your roof?
Well, originally up north above the Mason-Dixon line, if you live in the United States, you know what I'm talking about. But up north, there's more snow and ice and all that, so it protected the top of the fascia board from rotting.
Right.
And it will do that down here, too. And it's becoming, actually, in Shelby County, when you build a new home, it's required now.
Right, Tennessee.
That's right. So so it protects that. But a great side benefit, Joe, two great side benefits is it closes up gaps that roof rats and squirrels squeeze into. Did you know roof rats are a real thing, Joe?
I do, believe me.
I thought it was just a phrase. I looked it up, and there's actually a roof rat. That can get in your house. But it closes up those gaps they try to squeeze in. And another benefit is it looks really cool.
It does look cool.
Like that. But that's something that I think a lot of people are increasingly interested in if they have any type of critter problem. Now, for example, Masters Roofing, we can't say that we're a critter exclusion company because we're not licensed in that. But it's just logic. If you close up more of the ways animals can get in, it might solve your problem.
Right.
Although we don't warranty against that, it does have that benefit basically. So that's what I'd recommend is attic ventilation would be a great way to accessorize your roof. Even if your roof was just put on a few years ago, but there's no ventilation. We can go back and correct that.
Well, another thing, you guys do some exterior improvements too. And I just want to point out, if you're watching us today, listening to us today, some of the ones that bring you the most return on your investment are the siding and exterior painting.
Yeah.
That really pops, and that helps people want to come see your house and pay more for your house if you're trying to sell it. And also, energy-efficient windows bring so much value, and the stats on here show that you get a 60 to 80% return on investment for energy-efficient windows, 90 to 120% return on investment for garage door replacement. Here's the other one is your front door. I don't know what the ROI is on that, but I saw a whole article on it. If you invest in the front door, that you get a nice return.
Yeah, well, think of it. If somebody's coming to look at buying your home and they have a hard time getting past the front door, it's going to be hard to sell your home. Whether getting past it means the visual of it or it doesn't work right, I could see, Joe, you're a smart lady.
I study a lot.
I could see how that would make a huge difference in selling a home.
The other one on the interior, the two big ones are kitchen and bathroom. If you can upgrade them, update them correctly, don't overdo it for the neighborhood. I can tell you that from the mortgage desk. Yeah. But if you can do it to really get the top price for your house, if you're selling it, or just for pure enjoyment, having people over.
Yeah.
But you're listening to Real Estate Mortgage Shop. I am Joe Garner, your host. I'm a mortgage officer. I'd love to help you on your home purchase or your refinance if you're in the Mid-South or anywhere in the country. Connect with me today at jogarner.com. Ed Hill of Masters Roofing, how do we contact you?
901-273-6594.
We'll see you guys back in just a moment.
Hey, Joe, in your book, Choosing the Best Mortgage, the Quickest Way to the Life You Want, you talk about when it's a good time to refinance a mortgage. So, when is a great time?
It's when it financially makes sense. And today, people are refinancing their mortgages to eliminate double-digit interest rates on their credit cards. Some are getting mortgages out of someone else's name. Some are just pulling cash out for other reasons.
For those strategies and more, order the book today on Amazon or Barnes & Noble. You'll be glad you did.
I'm Donna Roach with Hearthside Senior Living in Bartlett, Tennessee. You're listening to Real Estate Mortgage Shop. Now back to your host, Joe Garner.
Okay, so it is time for Did You Know? See if you can guess the answer before we do. And who am I?
Okay, Joe, and I'm inviting listeners and viewers to see if you can get the answer before we do. All right. Who am I? The Duckmaster upgrade.
Now, this is about Memphis, okay?
Yeah. Who is the first Duckmaster at the Peabody Hotel downtown who upgraded the daily march by training the ducks to march for over 50 years? Starting in 1933.
Well, I know the Duckmaster we just recently had, but I think the first one was Edward Pembroke.
You are right!
Yay! I cheated. I looked it up. Well, thank you. So,
wonder how many listeners got that.
I bet a lot of them did because, Memphis history. But today on Real Estate Mortgage Shop, we're talking about Nail the Upgrade, best home improvements to enjoy your home and improve your finances. I'm your host. I'm Joe Garner. I'm a mortgage loan officer, and I'd love to be on your home buying journey or your refinance journey. You can connect with me. I hope you do today. I want to hear your story. I want to hear what you want to do to make your life better. And let's get quicker to that place by using the right mortgage, and I can help make the mortgage process easy. Connect with me, call or text 901-482-0354 or go to jogarner.com. We have Ed Hill of Masters Roofing who can help you upgrade, accessorize, and live a better life and make your roof happy, since you said earlier the roof is a person,
Roofs
right?
are people too, Joe.
How do we contact you, Ed?
Just call me or text me directly, 901-273-6594.
Well, we were talking earlier in that last segment about things that you can upgrade or accessorize on your home that bring the most return on investment. Right. Now, I always tell my clients, I said, don't over improve your home for the neighborhood, because you don't want to have put a lot of money into your neighborhood and the other houses around you not even come close to what you paid. Because when you get an appraisal, like if you're going to sell the house or refinance, the mortgage companies and lenders are going to look at what the houses are selling for in your neighborhood to determine your sales comparable value. So,
that's right.
All right. So you're going to love this, Ed.
Hey, could you give me an example of that?
You're going to love it. I am.
Okay.
Number one, roof replacement.
There you go.
What do you know? We got a roofer in the house.
I did not know she was going to say that.
He didn't. A new roof can earn you big discounts on your homeowner's insurance. I know for mine personally, when I got that new roof you put on for me, I got a 10% discount.
Wow.
Because I have a brand new roof.
Excellent.
And I've seen some other mortgage clients of mine who have gotten nice discounts because they have a new roof. And a new roof, I think, it doesn't have to be brand new, but be sure and tell your insurance company. Okay. Also, return on investment. When people are shopping to buy a home and there's competition in the neighborhood,
Right.
you're going to be one step ahead if you have a new roof and versus a house down the street that's got a 25-year-old roof. So 70 to 120% return on investment.
Think about that, the roof thing. Like if people are out looking for a home, maybe they just even see a sign in the yard and they look at the house. What's the biggest thing they see on the house? It's the roof. If it looks great.
And the front door. Don't forget what I told you earlier.
Yeah, well, if the roof looks great, they're probably not even going to notice it. But I guarantee you, if there's issues on the roof, they're going to notice that.
Right. If there's curling shingles, missing shingles, or those really bad looking.
And, who wants to buy a problem, right?
Right. An expensive problem.
Yeah.
All right, here's another one. I told you earlier, and I'm going to go into a little more detail here. Minor kitchen refresh. It doesn't have to be totally, not a full gutting of the kitchen or anything, but return on investment 70 to 120% from this stat on that. But again, don't overdo it.
So what would be overdoing it, and what would be something reasonable? Because you know me.
Yeah.
I probably overdo it.
All right. So I was in a house that was over $1 million. It was for sale for over $1 million yesterday. It had sub-zero freezers in it in the kitchen. It had a scullery behind the kitchen, for the butler and all that stuff.
I didn't even know what that is.
You don't
I don't
need
think
that.
I have
It's a butler's
one,
pantry, where you have all of that right behind the kitchen. That can't see it from the kitchen, but somebody that's serving, and all that.
Okay.
You don't need all of that. In fact, if you're in a neighborhood that doesn't have the most expensive countertops, you probably don't need to put the most expensive countertops in your home if you're planning on selling it. But here's what I'm going to say. I've had customers do it anyway. That's okay. If you're going to live in the house, live in it the way you love to live it. And if you want to have the most expensive countertops in the world because you're having your family over for Thanksgiving, you go for it. That's what I'm going to say about that.
But don't expect necessarily to get your money back on that.
Don't expect to get a dollar for dollar return. You
enjoy living there.
You put a swimming pool out in the back, great. You got grandkids, it brings a lot of joy. But you're not going to get dollar for dollar what you put into that swimming pool if you resell.
Right.
Bathroom updates, big time. Return on investment, about the same. It's over 70% on bathroom upgrades. Don't overdo it, but yeah. Energy efficient windows, man, those things save you money on your utilities. It also brings buyers who want to pay more for the house because they have the vinyl windows that are easy open and insulated.
I got a question for you, Joe. I want to go back to the bathroom upgrade type thing. And I'm talking about the way things are now and how they're trending. Is it better to have a tub and shower set up, the traditional setup, like one of the bathrooms at least, or is it everything more moving to a, I don't know the name for it, where you can walk in the shower kind of thing?
I don't know. I'm not the person to ask, but it would depend on the neighborhood and what the other houses have. But that's a good question. Curb appeal would be your front door, your landscaping. But anyway, more upgrades to your finances. Moving off the house now, moving into your finances. I want to tell a quick story. If you're planning on getting a mortgage to buy a home, refinance a home, purchase a car, don't run out and just start paying off debt. Consult with your mortgage officer first because there's a strategy to get you the best deal. And I want to tell a quick story about Packard and Penny Powell. Of course, that's not their real name, and you can say that 3 times as fast as you can. Purchase a prize home turns to a money pit. Okay, so Packard and Penny realized life as they always had known it was about to change. Both of their children still lived at home where they had grown up and were finishing up their college courses. Penny's employer transitioned her from working in the office every day to working mostly at her desk at home. Packard still loved to drive to work. The big change was that Packard's mother needed to come and live with them. It was a lot cheaper to do that and a lot better than having to pay money, to send her somewhere else. The house that had been their home for so many years, it just wasn't big enough. And even though the kids were now grown, Penny said, I still want to stay as long. I want them to stay as long as they want to live with us, but I also want to know that they have a nice home to come back to once they move away.
Mm-hmm. Right.
All right, so the Packard and Penny, they went shopping, and they made several offers on homes, but they kept losing out on the offer. They had to be competitive, and since the house cost a little more than what they had prepared to pay, Packard's mother readily agreed to put up some of her cash for a larger down payment. They got it. A few months later, the pressure began to build as one of the heating units stopped working. A pipe broke in the laundry room. Then mold appeared. These breakdowns and a few others over the following year forced the Powells to max out their credit cards, and it was a money pit. But continuing to throw money toward repairs was not going to work forever.
Right.
And increasing their credit lines was not sustainable either. The solution came when they realized their home value had gone up substantially, and they could now do a cash-out refinance and pay off some of those higher interest rate bills. For them, they were able to save about $1,000 a month by getting rid of a home improvement loan and some high interest rate credit cards into one mortgage at one single interest rate debt. And here's what they did. They said, Joe, we're going to take a portion of this $1,000 a month or so that they were saving, and we're going to set it up on auto pay and prepay our mortgage so that we can pay our mortgage off early. Now we're debt-free from the highest interest rate stuff, and we're still going to pay our mortgage off early. What a beautiful deal for them. And if you want to pay your mortgage off early, if you start at the beginning and you make one principal and interest payment extra a year, starting in the beginning, you're going to save maybe 5, 6, maybe even 7 years off your mortgage, and all of the interest in the front end of it, thousands and thousands of dollars you'll save on paying your mortgage off early. If you can do that, call me, connect with me. I can show you how to do it some other ways, jogarner.com. I'm a mortgage officer. I'm Joe Garner. I can help you with your home purchase or your refinance. And again, jogarner.com. We have Ed Hill of Masters Roofing. And Ed, how's the best way to contact you?
901-273-6594.
All right. Hey, thanks for hanging out with us. We love it. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a moment.
This is Tim Flessner with Mid-South Home Helpers, the premier home care of the Mid-South. You're listening to Real Estate Mortgage Shop. And now, back to your host, Joe Garner.
All right, let's talk about insights and inspiration, the daily routine of improvements. Early in his career, this actor committed to writing at least one new joke every single day. He tracked this progress on a large wall calendar, making a big red X for every day he completed his task. As the string of X's grew, the goal shifted from writing a perfect joke to simply not breaking the visual chain of consistency. This relentless daily action allowed small improvements to compound over years, eventually leading to the creation of the iconic sitcom Seinfeld. And Jerry Seinfeld amassed a net worth estimated near $950 million doing this.
Wow.
And he's going to be in Memphis May 9th at the Orpheum. What improvements can you start making today to help the value and enjoyment of your home? What improvements can you make to build your finances, your health, maybe even improve your relationships? Call or text me today, 901-482-0354. I can assist you in comparing which mortgage financing option is the most likely to give you the biggest return. Contact me, jogarner.com. But today on Real Estate Mortgage Shop, we're talking about nail the upgrade best home improvements to enjoy your home and improve your finances. I'm your host, Joe Garner. I'm a mortgage loan officer. Connect with me at jogarner.com. I can help you with the traditional mortgage. I can help you with a special mortgage or outside of the box mortgage. Ed Hill with Masters Roofing. How do we contact you, Ed?
901-273-6594.
Well, it's time to do something we like to do every week. The real estate tip of the week. What's our real estate tip of the week, Ed?
Well, it's storm season, Joe.
Yes, it is.
And what does that mean? People are knocking on your door, wanting to help you with your roof. That's fine. I would check them out first before you allow anything.
Check reviews.
Check reviews. See if they're a state licensed contractor. If you don't want to do all of that, you can call me because we're very credible. We're state licensed. Maybe your roof does have issues. Maybe it's just a repair. Maybe it's where insurance would actually help you replace it. Mm-hmm. Whatever it is, we'll tell you the truth, period. Mm-hmm.
Well, I have a tip also, and it's along the same lines. Everything, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. There are a lot of people out there saying, well, we'll get you a 3% mortgage rate or, or something like that on a 30-year and all that stuff. Well, and they do, and I'm not saying everybody's like that, but some of them, I've had customers come back and say, yeah, Joe, they told me they were getting me a lot better deal than you. And boy, we regret going there because they did give us a loan estimate and they made the promise, but 2 weeks before closing, they said, oops, we've got to change your product and now you're going to pay this higher rate with more cost. So anyway, I would say check reviews. If their reviews say that they've done that to other people, beware. But anyway, you can connect with me. I'll help you. I got some announcements, and one of our major sponsors is Talk Shop, and Talk Shop equips with education. They engage by offering connection opportunities between businesses, and they empower businesses, and it's in a supportive community. They have a meeting every Wednesday, 9 o'clock to 10 a.m. Central at Independent Planning Group's conference room number 110 at the Clark Tower. And if you're in Memphis, that's 5100 Poplar Avenue. Thank you to Ben Hunter. He's an outstanding financial professional at Independent Planning Group for being Talk Shop's location sponsor. We also want to announce that March the 25th, 2026, 9 a.m. Central, the Mastermind Principle is going to be going on. So if you're local, you want to come and get in a small group of business people, we're going to do the Mastermind Principle. You'll get some ideas, some resources, and you can share some ideas and resources. Thank you to Redeemers Group, Foundation and Crawl Space for your generous contributions to our real estate community through your Talk Shop sponsorship. Protect your home and your investment. When you have signs of foundation problems or in your crawl space, reach out to Redeemers Group at redeemersgroup.com. And hey, we want to say thank you to our outstanding web designer, and he also is great at some marketing work, too, for us. Robert Anthony of Visidex for designing the jogarner.com website. And if you're in business and you want to accessorize your business website to improve your profits, contact Robert Anthony at Visidex at robert@visidex.com. And so we want to say thanks to him. Make your plan. Work your plan. If the deal works for you today, we want you to do it today. Also, subscribe for weekly Real Estate Mortgage Shop podcast and some show notes. We'll throw some pictures in there. You can do that at jogarner.com. And I've got a quick quote, Ed, from the quote corner. And here it is. It's from Pinterest. I child-proofed my house, but the kids still keep getting in. Go figure. I don't know. Maybe that didn't work out the way they thought.
Wow. You were mentioning Robert Anthony a moment ago.
Yeah.
If you're a business owner and you're not satisfied with the result you're getting on your web traffic and leads, you need to talk to Robert Anthony.
Yes.
I don't know how he knows this stuff. Trust me, people, he knows it.
Well, I was I was checking reviews on him last year before we hired him to do our jogarner.com. And I talked to this one lady, and she says, Joe, just trust me. He's a wonder boy. He can do it. He's a wonder guy. He can do it.
Excellent.
But we want to say thank you to our listeners out there listening to Real Estate Mortgage Shop or watching us on YouTube. Thank you so much for joining us. And we applaud every business person, whether you're a roofer, a mortgage officer, a realtor, or in business for yourself. We want to applaud you for doing your work with excellence. That makes the world a better place to live, Ed.
That's right.
So thank you. And again, stay in touch with us. You can connect with me as a mortgage officer at jogarner.com or text me 901-482-0354. Ed almost always answers his phone at Masters Roofing. How do we contact you, Ed?
Yeah, just to discuss your question or concern, just call me 901-273-6594.
Okay, so next week, we've got a panel of realtors coming up. We're going to talk about top tips for buying a home, and it may be we're going to have different specialties there, so you'll learn a lot, and maybe it's for you, maybe it's for somebody you know, and do catch that show. We'll be on YouTube, and we'll also check out our jogarner.com, check out our social post. We want to stay connected with you, and if there's something you want to hear, a topic, connect with me. Let me know what it is. Y'all have a great weekend, and thank you for hanging out with us today. We'll see you guys back next Saturday.